Hello Collective, this is Tam. Let's see what the tarot message of the day is. And it's for whenever you come across this video. What tarot message does the Collective need to know at this time? That is for the highest and greatest good. I just saw the Three of Cups. So let's see what messages does the Collective need to know at this time. Okay. So we have the Ace of Cups, the Messenger of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. Okay, some of you may be receiving some sort of message from either a water sign. It could be a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. They may be bringing some sort of new offer, and the love offer, or just an opportunity. It could be, but considering it's the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands, it's indicating that it's a passionate offer, and it could also be an offer that that you love. It could be also you being in this place where you're starting to love on yourself, and you're really working on making sure that whatever you really care about, what you're passionate about, is being taken care of, is being addressed. But it's also a matter of you doing the things that you love, things that you care about, even taking care of yourself, taking self-care, you know, pouring into your own cup and pouring into the things that you are passionate about, you know, with this Page of Cups energy. So some of you may be starting something new. It could be a new romance. It could be a new project, something that you really care about, something that you're really passionate about. The True of Swords is something that you've been thinking about for a while. It's something that you've probably been planning, that you've been discerning, and you've been weighing the pros and cons, seeing what will be the best way, where there could be balance, where there could be justice, where there can be fairness, especially if it's involving another person or projects. You've been employing your wisdom with the owl there. So, you know, I think you're looking at the long term. You're looking at the long term. And yeah, it's something that you have been pensive about, that you've been thinking about, that you have been wanting, that it's a thought or idea that has matured over time. I feel like you may also be considering cutting something out of your life that you feel may hinder this new beginning. And it could be a person, it could be a place, or it could be a thing. It could be a habit in any way. So the Teacher. So I think that you're learning something. You're learning what's good for you, what it brings you balance, what brings you fairness. And you are ready to cut out anything, because you see she has that dagger in her hand. It's something that she's been thinking about for a while, contemplating, and it could be a he, you know, but no gender in tarot. So it's something that you've been contemplating cutting out of your life. Something that you feel like you are learning, because we also have the owl there. It's about wisdom. It's about understanding. It's about clarity. So you probably gained some clarity through something that you've learned over time, and it's what's driving you to take some sort of action. It may have been something that you've been going back and forth about with the Action of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands in this deck. So it's something that you've been going back and forth on, but then it's like you've ultimately learned what the best decision is with the Queen of Swords coming up. So you made some sort of decision, and you're ready to move forward with, you know, starting something that you really care about, something that's really you're passionate about. But also it could be somebody coming towards you with a love offer. The love offer can be tied to romance. It could be with the wand there, you know, so it could be a passionate love offer. It could be something new, something that's still developing and growing over time. And with these cards at the bottom, with the Teacher, it may be something that it may be involving a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This could be, you could be an air sign. This is, I believe, is Libra. But then the Teacher, it could be something that you've been considering. It may be involving some sort of commitment or higher level of commitment, taking the relationship to another level. If it is another person, it could be, there can be some sort of an age difference, considering the Knight and the Queen showing up. But it could also be a younger water sign coming forward. But whatever you're learning, you're using your discernment to decide what is your best course of action. And like I said, it could be something that you've been going back and forth about with the action of wands. Maybe you've been contemplating this specific person, whether it would be a good fit for you, if a commitment is even possible with whatever this dynamic is, if it's a love dynamic. Okay, let me see if we could get anything else. Just tap along with the oracle deck. Let's see. Okay, let's see what advice we get. What is the advice for the collective that may resonate with this reading? 555. Some of you may be seeing 555, 111, and 333. Pause. Yeah, so this is something that you really need to take time to contemplate. It's a decision that requires thorough thought. Something that you may be needing to gain some information before you make a decision. If it's a love offer, or it could be about whatever new passionate project that you care about starting off. Something that will be new to you. What else, Spirit? You're being asked to pause before making a quick decision and moving forward. Yeah, I didn't even read the bottom. I just read it right now. And then we have lighten up. You're being asked to remember that life doesn't always have to be so serious. Yes, there are hard things happening. No, it's not always easy to be here on earth, but you can always find time to laugh, be silly, have fun. It's important that you do so. So yeah, it's definitely important to make sure that you're having fun, that you're enjoying life, that you're not allowing burdens to be a damper on your life. You know, life is full of challenges, but the way we handle them is best done with a light heart, not with a heavy heart, with anxiety, stress, worry, because those vibrational energies, those feelings, emotions don't necessarily help us. If anything, they're teaching us or showing us where changes need to be made. And if you allow yourself to wallow in that energy, then you're doing yourself a disservice. You're not helping yourself at all. Can I get one more message, Spirit? One more message? Comfort. How can you bring more comfort into your life? You can increase your comfort through tangible things such as soft clothes and food, and intangible things such as thinking loving thoughts about yourself and inviting peace into your heart. This ties into the lighten up. You know, if some of you have been going through some difficult situations that have been, you know, emotionally heavy, have been a heavy burden to you, you need to take time to make sure that you are taking care of yourself, making sure that you're eating the things. Don't overdo it, of course, you know, but you know, like, make sure that you're taking care of yourself, that you're nurturing yourself. You're also making sure that you are comfortable in your environment, but it could also be asking for you to consider what in your environment is causing you to feel heavy, dissatisfied, anxious and worried, and in what ways can you remove that, if it's even possible. You know, if it's something that you can't really change within yourself, you may need to change your thought about it, your connection to it, and its importance or its influence on you, on your personal happiness. So you really have to consider what is best for you, what you feel comfortable being around, what brings you discomfort, and in what ways you can remove that discomfort from your life. And if it's something that cannot be removed, how can you work with it so that it doesn't have a negative impact on your overall well-being, your overall environment, you know, because negative things happen all the time, but that doesn't mean they have to have control over you, your happiness, and the energetic stance or your environment. You know, it doesn't have to have that control. The control is what you give it. If you allow it to have control over you, then it's going to have a negative impact. But if you are in control and you say, well, that's the way it is and there's nothing I can do about it, but the only thing I can do is not let it affect me, and just don't let it become a battle that you know you're not going to win. Just disengage, detach if needed, if possible, and just focus on what matters most. You taking care of yourself, you making sure that you're happy, that you are having a healthy, positive mindset and addressing things as they need to, not ignoring them or throwing them under a rug in any way. Okay? And yes, if it's something that you can let go, then let it go. Surrender, release, free yourself. Okay? So I hope this message was helpful in any way. If it was, please like, share, and subscribe to Artemis Oracle. My name is Tan. I am your reader and wishing you a great day ahead. Bye.